We're going to start off with Drake, NFL analyst, WWE analyst, Drake Good Vibes, with our sister company that we teamed up with, Drake, Good Vibes Sports. So how you doing today, Drake? Introduce
I'm
yourself.
I'm doing fantastic, sir. Yes, my name is Dre Good Vibes. As you can see, I'm always working. My hands, I'm on a little bit of everything, but yeah, I'm Dre Good Vibes. I talk a little bit about everything sports wise. Like my co-host just said, like I don't like Kyrie Irving. I don't like him. Don't like him. I can't stand him. You know, and follow by that. And I don't like the Chiefs either. I don't like the Chiefs either. But I'm gonna say this: I give Kansas City their respect. See, I ain't gotta like them,
This is Chiefs
but I
Kingdom.
respect them.
This is Chiefs Kingdom over here, sir.
On your
You
end,
can't
sir.
come on.
On your
You
end,
can't come
sir.
on here.
On your,
Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, attack him in the comments.
please do.
Let him know that the Cardinals ain't won no Super Bowl.
Come on now, don't you do that? Don't you do that? Don't you do that?
Since they've been here, since they existed in here on in the NFL. But
Don't you do that now?
what else you got to say, Jay? What else you got to say?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like I'm proud that Kansas City made some moves. They finally did something right. They did something right in this draft. Shoot. But other than that, I got a high respect for Mahomes. I think Mahomes is great. I like Mahomes.
How the Buccaneers looking?
Phenomenal. Now that's a real team. That's a real team.
Not a real team. It's Chiefs Kingdom all day. Chiefs Kingdom all day.
Yeah.
Live, die. You can die by it, live by it. But we're gonna start off with Johnny. Johnny, what you got? What you got for us?
Well, we're gonna start off with the Phoenix Suns, number one in the Western Conference. And this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't know how a lot of people feel, but I'm Chris Paul for MVP. I don't think nobody would have said that Chris Paul going to Phoenix getting traded from OKC that the Phoenix is number one, going into almost the playoffs. 25 and 9 at home, 21 and 9 on the road, won 7 out of the last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. And this is super impressive, super impressive. And Chris Paul deserves a lot of credit. He got Devin Booker playing great. Devin Booker always been a star.
We lost him a little bit.
So yeah, man, I'm just
You back?
okay. We're back. Yeah, so I'm really impressed. Chris Paul has Devin Booker looking phenomenal. DeAndre Ayton's looking phenomenal. I think Phoenix could really do some damage in the playoffs, and I wasn't thinking that 2 months ago.
I believe him. He's right. He's right. He's right. I believe Chris Paul should be MVP. Chris Paul should be MVP last time. Chris Paul should be MVP last year. Look, Chris Paul did with the Thunder. He took the Thunder to the playoffs. They almost beat Houston. If I'm correct, they almost beat Houston.
Yeah, would you give Chris Paul credit on that, or would you blame Houston?
I get Chris Paul. Chris Paul did that. Remember what we was talking about? The IQ of Chris Paul. The IQ made Oklahoma, man. He put Chris Paul to me is a great facilitator. He put the pieces together. He put it together and made it. And he sit there and put the pieces in the right position to succeed. Now, to me, Chris Paul deserves all the accolades as a great point guard. If you look at Chris Paul's game, though, Johnny, compare him to Jason Kidd. Look at Jason Kidd. The Jason Kidd's game. Facilitator, play good defense, knows the offense, came from the outside. It's like they both are the same player in the center, except Jason Kidd doesn't do a lot of trash talking like Chris Paul do.
Yeah, I guess you are right. I just watching Jason Kidd was different than watching Chris Paul play. It seemed, Chris Paul is just. I don't know. We always talked about it. Didn't seem like he would ever get a ring, and it would always be shocking if he get a ring with the most unprecedented team that he's ever been on. He's always been on pretty decent teams.
Right. Absolutely.
It's almost kind of hard to look at this roster and be like, man, what's happening this year that's never happened before? I mean, he's had Blake Griffin, he had DeAndre Jordan, He's had Tyson Chandler when he was in New Orleans.
Facts.
He's had all these dope teams.
Facts.
But, I mean, he ain't got no big-name stars on this roster at all, and they're having the most success that I can think of Chris Paul ever having.
Facts. Facts. All facts. And I do agree with you, sir. I do agree with you 100%. But just watching his game, I love Chris Paul. I'm not gonna lie, man. I love Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul to me is like a mini of LeBron James. I feel like Chris Paul. You get Chris Paul, another superstar, he's gonna utilize that person for what he is. Chris Paul's gonna make you a star.
The thing is the Suns. I mean, I guess if you want to consider Devin Booker a superstar now, but the Suns don't really have like a player where you would think is like, man, you put him with Chris Paul and they're gonna dominate. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. 100%. But I just feel like with CP, it's like I want CP to get a ring, and he deserves a ring, man. Now listen though. Now listen, I'm not saying that he is gonna get a ring, but let's be real. If CP was to get a ring right now, would nobody on here have any complaints? Just think about the obstacles.
Why do you think Chris Paul is going to be MVP?
Because look what he did with the Phoenix, bro. Phoenix Sun was an afterthought. Remember, OKC last year was an afterthought. When CP got on these teams, bro, they thought they was done. CP's career is over. Man, he brought Oklahoma to the block. Like he made Oklahoma relevant, right? Look what he's doing for the Phoenix Suns right now. Now remember though,
Oklahoma got maybe high as a 6 or 7 seed last year, man. And this is just over the top. LeBron didn't get remember LeBron's first year with the Lakers, bro. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Facts.
Granted they had a lot. Granted you could say, well, they had a weak roster. You could say Lonzo wasn't the caliber of Devin Booker.
Right.
But man, nobody said, hey, you put Chris Paul with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, and they the number one team in the West. Nobody said that.
But if you look at it though, like real, if you go back to what I was saying though, look at Russell Westbrook, right? Point guard, right? Look at the two. To me, Russell Westbrook was just a highlight reel. He wasn't really a team player. It's by himself. You can see that, right? CP's different. He facilitates and puts you in the right position. He executes. You know what I'm saying? It's about the IQ. It's not about me going to showing y'all that I can get a triple-double every game, but are you winning games? When CP gets one, they're winning. They're winning games, right? So it's a different ball game. CP's a different player. CP brings a whole lot more to the team. I would love to have CP on my team.
So I do want to ask you a question, Dre, and maybe you can, because this is something that's kind of got me stumped. Why do you think most people say they don't like playing with Chris Paul or they don't vibe with him well in the locker room? Versus you got a young team and they playing fantastic together. What do you think that is? Because
he's a leader. He's not a follower, and CP knows exactly what he's talking about. He's a winner. Winners are not liked, but winners are respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at LeBron James, nobody like LeBron James because it feel like he's dominant, but he's a leader. But I say
like Chris Paul got this team playing to a higher level to where that he couldn't get the Clippers to play to or the Rockets to play to. It's like everybody on the whole team is playing up.
Because why? Because they listen. James Harden didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? West, like the people that he was playing with before, they didn't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Now when you listen to him and let the man lead, you see what happens when you let that man lead. You know what I'm saying? Look at D-Wade and LeBron James. Remember the first year they had a situation going on? D-Wade thought it was his team. LeBron came. D-Wade was like, no what, LeBron, I'll give it to you. And they started winning games. Let that man do him. Listen to him. He's not going to lead you wrong. So my thing is this.
Overall, do you think, looking back at the teams that Chris Paul is on, does it change the landscape of how you looked at those teams overall, thinking that maybe the other people, like maybe Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan was a problem, and it wasn't Chris Paul the problem type stuff, you know what I mean? Or maybe James Harden was a bigger problem than what Chris Paul was. Maybe is it now exposing that Chris Paul wasn't the problem the whole time?
I agree 100%. Yes, because CP knew, like CP, when you're a winner, you don't take BS from people. When you're a winner,
he was really winning though. That's why it was hard to get his point of view. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and think about this. You take Blake Griffin out, they still win. I mean, beside him dunking, okay, DeAndre Jordan, beside him getting rebounds and dunking, I mean, what else do they do? What else could they do? Bring to the team? What else could they bring to the table? You know, like I said, like CP is like this. Let me lead you, and I'm a point guard. I'm going to put you in the right position to win. I'm going to lead you the right way, right? Look, remember his first year with the Hornets. His first year with the Hornets. Yeah, West, David West. You had Tyson Chandler. Yeah, Stojakovic. If I said his name right, if I didn't, sorry. But what I'm saying is this: look what he did with that team. They competed with the Spurs. They competed. That was just like it's a rookie season. And that's not the first and second year. But what I'm saying is this: he's a competitor that knows his stuff. It's IQ aside. That's why I'm saying like you can dribble all these little dribble moves, all these little moves, all these little dunk, you can dunk out the gym. But if your IQ don't match that, if your IQ does not match that, you're not balanced. You will not win a championship.
You want to hear something funny though, Dre?
What's that, man?
Right now, the Suns are the number 1 seed. So if the playoffs would start today, the Suns match up with the Grizzlies would be a crazy series. But the Lakers are in the 7th seed. So the Lakers, if they don't get together, they could be facing the Suns in the first round and possibly face a first round exit.
Do you understand this? If CP beat LA, let's just grasp that for a minute, right? For one, they're number 1 seed, which is crazy. But I love it though. I love it because I'm a big fan of CP. I'm a big fan of CP. But look what he's did. Ain't nobody talking about Phoenix though. Ain't nobody talking about Phoenix. They still overlooking Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix gonna get beat. Phoenix gonna get beat. Yeah, they number 1. But look what he's doing with this team. See, people don't understand. It's not about. See, right now though, Johnny, it's all about the hype. It's all about the hype. Okay, LeBron with this, KD and Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? It's all these hype teams coming around, right? Because they expect for KD to win. They expect for them to go to the ship. They expect LeBron James to go, but they're not expecting CP to do it. So for CP to do that and come out the West, period. Come on, man, bro. To me, it's respect. Put respect on his name, bro. CP been doing this for the longest.
I would like Phoenix to win, man. At this point, I would love to see Phoenix and Brooklyn in the finals.
Remember last time we talked? I think Phoenix was like 6. They was like 6 in the West.
You make sure you see I slid Brooklyn in there, right? You caught that, right?
I seen that. Yeah, absolutely. But see, here's the thing: is if CP was to play Brooklyn right now, I got Phoenix because CP better. CP better than James Harden. Like to me, James Harden to me now he's become more of a facilitator, right? I get that, but CP know how to play them. CP ain't stupid. You see how CP did up KD? You see how he did up KD? KD is 6'10". Man, CP got this grip. Remember what we was talking about Johnny earlier? We was talking about fear. CP has no fear. He has no fear, bro. Like he's coming at you. Simple. So
right now, man, we looking at the West standings, bro.
Yeah.
So the top 8, we got Phoenix,
Right.
Jazz, Nuggets, Clippers, Mavericks, Blazers, Lakers, and Grizzlies. You out of that, what you thinking? How you still are you jumping back and forth from Lakers and Clippers now, or can we now
honestly,
Phoenix jersey on there too?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it.
Because let me tell you, hold on one second before you say this.
Go ahead, bro.
Into making you a custom jersey. And we was talking. We was like, man, we don't know really how many teams to put on here for Dre. So we trying to think.
Oh snap! That was a good one.
It's gonna be dope. We just want to know how many different jerseys so we put together to make.
Hey, you know what, Johnny? Put the whole West on there. Put the whole West on there. Put West. Put the whole West, man. As a matter of fact, put everybody but Brooklyn. Put everybody but Brooklyn, bro. And I'm with it. But honestly, my favorite player for real is CP. I think CP's incredible. Like Steph Curry to me is phenomenal. What he do, one of the best scoring point guards in the game. Kyrie Irving, like CP to me is the best point guard, right? Because we seen all the flashes of all the highlights and the shooting, the dribble drive, and all the other nonsense. I get that. Putting people on skates, I get that. But let's look at CP. What CP can do? He can shoot. Put people on skates, but the one thing that separates everybody else, him from everybody else, his defense and his IQ. CP don't have to be like Kyrie Irving, sit there and come down and hit 30 and dribble around you for 5 minutes before he passed the ball. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like Steph Curry to come down court halfway down the court and throw the ball or launch the ball. Like that's not his game. And I'm not saying both sides. I mean both of them is good at what they do. But CP does it a whole lot more, but he does it better. He does it in an efficient way.
I'll agree, man. I won't say he's my favorite player, but this season gave me a whole new respect for him. I'll say that.
Right. So what else you got for us in the NBA, John?
Yeah, we're gonna jump ship to the Lakers. 0-2 and LeBron's return. 0-3 in their last last 3 games. So riding a 3-game losing streak. In their last 10, they're 3-7. Like I said, sitting 7 right now at 36-28, and it's not looking good. I said this was going to happen. I said the bubble, while it was great if they won the championship, you didn't have to travel, you didn't have to go on the road, you didn't have to sleep in a hotel, you didn't have the wear and tear of a regular season, and that played a huge role. So while I didn't negate the Lakers winning that championship, I said if they can win it this year, then that'll give you okay, LeBron really got through the West. But as we're seeing, you give people time to sleep in their own bed and eat home cooked meals and not just be stuck in Orlando in a little tournament and you see what you have. So I know Dre is high on the Lakers, and I did say, I think we all three said that the Lakers might get out the West. But I don't know. I might be ready to throw that card in and trade it out myself. What about you, Dre?
Man, yeah. I feel like this. I feel like LA is a scrappy team right now because LeBron James is tender right now. You don't know which you gonna get.
But again, not to cut you off. If you guys are joining, we talked about the NBA. We're gonna get into the NFL pretty soon. So stay tuned with us. If you just joined, we're gonna go over the Chiefs draft picks. We're gonna go over the
horrible NFL draft picks.
Right now, we're gonna break it down. We're breaking down the NBA right now.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Bowtie. So here's the thing is, when the season it's like this in the NBA, it's all about season. It's like 3 different sections in the NBA season. You got the beginning of the season, the middle, then you got the end leading to the playoffs, right? And you can see AD's been tender. LeBron, Schroeder been okay, but LeBron James is out. Andre Drummond playing well, but they still haven't able to play together as a cohesive unit. So I don't know what you're gonna get from them in the playoffs right now, but in my eyes, I still feel like chemistry wins games, chemistry wins championships, right? And I feel like right now, the Lakers really don't have that chemistry yet. So it's gonna be a struggle for LA to even probably get past the first round because of the injuries. But my take, I go with the best team. I go with the team that has the best opportunity to win, and that's the team with chemistry. That's the team with dog in them. I got that fight in them. So, like I said, I think, like I said, I like Phoenix though. Like Denver, Murray's out.
Yeah,
Murray's out for Denver.
Lakers' guards are gonna get exposed in the playoffs.
They are. You are because
I'm leaning towards Suns, Clippers coming out the West. If Murray didn't get hurt, I would take the Nuggets. Your Joker's been hooping. All right. I'm leaning Suns, Clippers to come out the West.
Absolutely. And Miss Toya just said it's too early to count the Lakers out, which I would say you're right, but at the same time, it's not. It is early. No, I take that back. No, it's not too early because here's the thing: is this. We don't know what they're gonna get. We do not know what the Lakers are going to do right now. They have no momentum. They're struggling right now to get to keep that spot in the playoffs right now.
Now Dennis Schroeder is out. He's banged up too.
So it's like what you gonna do?
They got AD back. Brown is out with sore ankle. I just think, as well as Chris Paul been playing, for them to be so deep in the seeding wise, 7 8 seed, you an uphill battle because hypothetically, if you go 7, you're on the road. And not that you would count LeBron out in that situation on the road, but that's when his guards come into play. And if one thing we can all agree with, every time LeBron has lost, is when he didn't have good guard play. George Hill made that mistake when he choked up, when Kyrie was hurt, when they had to play with Matthew Dellavedova, they got hurt. And like I said, man, I'm not putting faith in Dennis Schroeder. Ben McLemore been hooping, but Devontae Cook, Latavius Caldwell-Pope, Alex Caruso, man, John Morant, Chris Paul, Dame Lillard, Rondo with the Clippers now. It's a different dynamic, and I think the Lakers guards are gonna get exposed in the playoffs. I don't think it'll have anything to do with LeBron, AD, or Drummond. I think the guards is really just gonna get exposed.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, and I'm gonna say this too. Remember what I said. Y'all remember what I said? Defense win games, and Rondo is scary. And playoff Rondo knows how to play the Lakers.
With Kawhi and Paul George, bro.
Right. You see, I didn't even get there yet. I didn't even get there yet. Playoff Rondo knows LA now. He knows, like I said, he's fearless too. That man's fearless too. And he plays, he knows his game. Now you add in Paul George and Kawhi. Then you add them guys in there. You know, it's a problem. Now Lakers in trouble.
Rondo, Chris Paul playoff matchup. Oh, God.
Right. Lakers, it's a problem for LA. It's a problem for the Lakers. It's a problem. Yes, it is. It's a problem. And like I said, LA has a lot to prove right now.
Yeah. And it's not doubting them because LeBron is still Bron, but the West is a lot different than the East. I think you'll agree. Being in year 17 is a lot different than being in year 9 or 10.
I agree 100%.
As well. 100%. And the NBA has changed, but there's a lot more three-point shooting. So LeBron's style of play, what it was when he was like hypothetically. Remember when in 08 when he just ran through the Pistons when he scored like 20 in a row? That was getting to the rack.
Now
every time you get to the rack, that's Steph shooting a three. And you got to go back and forth with these shooters, and that's what changes the game.
Come on with it, man. Talk it, man. For real. Because like right now, you don't have that. You know, it's like this. If your team ain't up to par, you're not gonna win it. The best team is gonna win. The best team is gonna win it. The best team. LA ain't the best team in the West right now. They ain't the best.
I think they're gonna give anybody a good matchup though. Like
so
whatever.
Who do you say? Who do you say is the best?
The best team right now, Phoenix.
I'm leaning Suns or Clippers.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. Okay, hence, check this out. I'm about to break it down for you. It's like Mahomes without Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, right? Who you got?
You said what?
It's like Mahomes without Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, right? You in the West. Do you still feel like Kansas City gonna be a tough team to beat?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta have. If you don't got Travis Kelce, I say if you lose Travis Kelce, we'll have a problem. Tyreek Hill, we can deal with that. But Travis Kelce, hey, you see what happened when he was in the playoffs. You know what I mean? But we'll go on that take if we was going to switch right over into the NBA, but we NFL, but we're not because we're still on Johnny. So
it's still not. No, wait. Hold on. What I'm saying is that's an example. What I'm saying is an example because you're not going. It's like with LeBron James. You can't without AD, without Drummond, right? What do you have? LeBron James not gonna get past the first round because you need pieces around you. You need those pieces. It's all about pieces.
That Lakers Jazz first round matchup would be good though, man. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. I mean,
facts.
The Lakers are just whoever they match up against in the first round. I mean, even Lakers Trailblazers will be. I think their best odds will be if they can get the Mavericks. But man, even that will Luka and Porzingis.
Right now, LA is in a dogfight. They're not in a position for a clean sweep. They're not going to sweep nobody. They're not in a position to do that. They're in a position to sit there and have a dogfight with these teams. That's what they want to do. They don't want to dogfight, especially LeBron James right now. That's a problem right there.
So what do you got for us next, John?
You know, we got two games that are very exciting tonight. If any of the fans want to check them out, Knicks and Grizzlies. The Knicks have been playing super well. Julius Randle's been doing his thing night after night. We all know how exciting John Moran is, so that's a great matchup if anybody wants to check it out. And then we got Warriors Pelicans. Steph Curry has been on a tear. Three-pointer, I think he hit 85 three-pointers last. The Pelicans, we got Brandon Ingram. So if you're at home and you don't know what to watch tonight, those are some exciting games to check out.
That'd be some size. So who you got the Warriors game? I mean,
my heart wants to go Lonzo, but common sense is going to pick Steph Curry. He's been on the tear. They right outside of the 8th seed for getting into the playoffs. So I'm hoping if Steph can get them in the playoffs, that'd be exciting. The Warriors are in 9th, the Grizzlies are in 8th, and they're one game back. So actually, even a half a game back of the 8th seed. So If Steph can get the Warriors into the playoff, even if you can get a Warriors Suns first round matchup, you know the Suns will win. I mean, that'd be so exciting. So I'm all pro Steph Curry because I like watching him shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Go ahead, Dre.
I agree. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
So go ahead and take transfer the 7 right over. Come right back here. All right.